Number 1. Instead of show, we could use demonstrate. For example, she plans to demonstrate her artwork during the presentation. Number 2. Instead of check, we could use verify. For example, the data needs to be verified before we can make any decisions. Number 3. Instead of break, we could use disrupt. For example, the new technology disrupted the traditional methods of manufacturing. Number 4. Instead of start, we could use initiate. For example, the company will initiate a new training program next month. Number 5. Instead of help out, we could use assist. For example, the team will assist you in completing the project on time. Number 6. Instead of ask, we could use inquire. For example, the professor chose to inquire about the student's background. Number 7. Instead of tell, we could use inform. For example, please inform me if there are any changes to the schedule. Number 8. Instead of think, we could use consider. For example, we must carefully consider all the available options. Number 9. Instead of get, we could use obtain. For example, applicants must obtain a visa before traveling. Number 10. Instead of start, we could use commence. For example, the event will commence at 10 a.m. Number 11. Instead of need, we could use require. For example, most positions require previous experience. Number 12. Instead of buy, we could use purchase. For example, you can purchase tickets online in advance. Number 13. Instead of say, we could use state. For example, please state your opinion clearly. Number 14. Instead of keep, we could use maintain. For example, it's important to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Number 15. Instead of fix, we could use repair. For example, the technician will repair the damaged equipment. Number 16. Instead of end, we could use terminate. For example, the contract will terminate after 1 year. Number 17. Instead of give, we could use provide. For example, the university will provide students with access to digital libraries. Number 18. Instead of think about, we could use contemplate. For example, she began to contemplate a career change. Number 19. Instead of speed up, we could use accelerate. For example, we need to accelerate the production process. Number 20. Instead of use, we could use utilize. For example, the system utilizes advanced algorithms for analysis. Number 21. Instead of talk about, we could use discuss. For example, we will discuss the proposal at the next meeting. Number 22. Instead of go up, we could use increase. For example, prices are expected to increase by next month. Number 23. Instead of cut down, we could use reduce. For example, the company aims to reduce emissions by 40%. Number 24. Instead of find out, we could use discover. For example, researchers hope to discover a new treatment. Number 25. Instead of put off, we could use postpone. For example, the meeting was postponed due to unforeseen circumstances. Number 26. Instead of bring up, we could use introduce. For example, he introduced a new idea during the conference. Number 27. Instead of give up, we could use surrender. For example, the suspect refused to surrender to the authorities. Number 28. Instead of think of, we could use conceive. For example, she conceived a brilliant plan to improve efficiency. Number 29. Instead of make sure, we could use ensure. For example, please ensure all windows are closed before leaving. Number 30. Instead of deal with, we could use handle. For example, he knows how to handle stressful situations. Number 31. Instead of look into, we could use investigate. For example, the police will investigate the incident thoroughly. Number 32. Instead of point out, we could use indicate. For example, the chart indicates a steady growth in profits. Number 33. Instead of call for, we could use demand. For example, the situation demands immediate attention. Number 34. Instead of talk about, we could use address. For example, the speaker addressed several important topics. Number 35. Instead of go on, we could use proceed. For example, let's proceed with the next step of the project. Number 36. Instead of work out, we could use resolve. For example, they managed to resolve their differences. Number 37. Instead of look for, we could use search. For example, the rescue team continued to search for survivors. Number 38. Instead of take over, we could use assume. For example, she will assume responsibility for the project. Number 39. Instead of set up, we could use establish. For example, they established a new branch in Paris. Number 40. Instead of go through, we could use examine. For example, the lawyer examined the document carefully. Number 41. Instead of get rid of, we could use eliminate. For example, we must eliminate unnecessary expenses. Number 42. Instead of look after, we could use care for. For example, nurses care for patients around the clock. Number 43. Instead of figure out, we could use determine. For example, the researchers are trying to determine the cause of the issue. Number 44. Instead of take part in, we could use participate in. For example, many countries will participate in the summit. Number 45. Instead of run into, we could use encounter. For example, we may encounter difficulties along the way. Number 46. Instead of bring about, we could use cause. For example, the new policy may cause unexpected consequences. Number 47. Instead of think hard, we could use reflect. For example, he reflected deeply on his decision. Number 48. Instead of say no to, we could use reject. For example, the board rejected the proposal unanimously. Number 49. Instead of talk to, we could use converse. For example, I had the chance to converse with the author. Number 50. Instead of look back, we could use recall. For example, she recalled her early days as a student. Number 51. Instead of build, we could use construct. For example, they constructed a new bridge over the river. Number 52. Instead of live, we could use reside. For example, he resides in a small village outside the city. Number 53. Instead of say again, we could use repeat. For example, please repeat the question more clearly. Number 54. Instead of use up, we could use exhaust. For example, they exhausted all available resources. Number 55. Instead of talk about, we could use elaborate. For example, she elaborated on her research findings in detail. Number 56. Instead of come back, we could use return. For example, he returned to his hometown after graduation. Number 57. Instead of leave out, we could use omit. For example, you should not omit key information from your report. Number 58. Instead of keep going, we could use persist. For example, despite the difficulties, she persisted in her efforts. Number 59. Instead of blow up, we could use explode. For example, the gas tank exploded suddenly. Number 60. Instead of get better, we could use improve. For example, his English has significantly improved. Number 61. Instead of ask again, we could use reiterate. For example, the manager reiterated the instructions. Number 62. Instead of give back, we could use return. For example, please return the borrowed books to the library. Number 63. Instead of break down, we could use collapse. For example, the building collapsed during the earthquake. Number 64. Instead of take out, we could use extract. For example, the dentist extracted the decayed tooth. Number 65. Instead of put together, we could use assemble. For example, the workers assembled the machines on site. Number 66. Instead of break up, we could use disperse. For example, the crowd dispersed peacefully after the speech. Number 67. Instead of tell off, we could use reprimand. For example, the teacher reprimanded the student for being late. Number 68. Instead of bring back, we could use restore. For example, the museum restored the painting to its original condition. Number 69. Instead of talk more, we could use elaborate. For example, could you elaborate on your last point? Number 70. Instead of cut off, we could use disconnect. For example, the technician disconnected the power supply. Number 71. Instead of go away, we could use depart. For example, the train departs at noon. Number 72. Instead of look forward, we could use anticipate. For example, we anticipate your arrival next week. Number 73. Instead of keep safe, we could use protect. For example, vaccination protects children from disease. Number 74. Instead of ask about, we could use query. For example, feel free to query any unclear point. Number 75. Instead of go out, we could use exit. For example, all guests must exit the building by 11 p.m. Number 76. Instead of keep out, we could use exclude. For example, the law excludes certain groups from voting. Number 77. Instead of find, we could use detect. For example, the sensors can detect even minor movements. Number 78. Instead of get in, we could use enter. For example, visitors must enter through the main gate. Number 79. Instead of come out, we could use emerge. For example, a new leader emerged from the debate. Number 80. Instead of talk loud, we could use exclaim. For example, he exclaimed his joy after hearing the results. Number 81. Instead of fill in, we could use complete. For example, please complete the registration form. Number 82. Instead of do again, we could use revise. For example, I revised the essay before submitting it. Number 83. Instead of get off, we could use disembark. For example, passengers disembark at the next station. Number 84. Instead of take in, we could use absorb. For example, plants absorb sunlight for photosynthesis. Number 85. Instead of give info, we could use notify. For example, please notify us of any changes. Number 86. Instead of check again, we could use reassess. For example, we need to reassess the situation. Number 87. Instead of stop, we could use cease. For example, production will cease next month. Number 88. Instead of try hard, we could use strive. For example, he strives to meet every deadline. Number 89. Instead of get close to, we could use approach. For example, she approached the podium confidently. Number 90. Instead of come up, we could use arise. For example, several issues may arise during implementation. Number 91. Instead of get through, we could use endure. For example, they endured many hardships during the journey. Number 92. Instead of hold back, we could use restrain. For example, he restrained his anger during the discussion. Number 93. Instead of put down, we could use depress. For example, the lack of support depressed morale. Number 94. Instead of ask for, we could use solicit. For example, they are soliciting donations for the cause. Number 95. Instead of say yes, we could use approve. For example, the committee approved the final draft. Number 96. Instead of put in, we could use insert. For example, please insert your card into the machine. Number 97. Instead of give reasons, we could use justify. For example, he justified his absence with a medical certificate. Number 98. Instead of say clearly, we could use articulate. For example, she articulated her thoughts well during the interview. Number 99. Instead of fall down, we could use tumble. For example, the child tumbled down the hill. Number 100. Instead of put in place, we could use implement. For example, the school implemented new safety measures.